If you spent any time online looking for answers to fat loss, then you've probably come across the overarching concept of calories in versus calories out. Ultimately, meaning that you gotta consume less calories than you actually output. But this poses a great question. How many calories should I eat? And how do I know how many calories I'm actually outputting on a daily basis? Well, many people find themselves searching online for calorie calculators. In these calculators, they're going to ask you your height, your age, your sex, how active you are, and then it's going to come up with a number and say this is about how many calories you should be burning on a daily basis. But even this number is a complete assumption, and it could end up leaving you in a place wondering why you're not losing the fat that you want to. Now, this little purple dish here is going to represent a cell in the body. And these little pieces of caramel here are going to represent the carbohydrates or glucose that you ingest. Now, the way this works is when we ingest glucose or carbohydrates, our body then calls on the pancreas to produce a hormone called insulin. We're going to act like insulin's my hand, and insulin's going to come through, grab up all this glucose, shove it in that cell. Now, once it's in that cell, that can now be used as a form of energy for the body to utilize. But here's where we can get in trouble. What if we can't get all of this into that cell? Now, we can take that same scenario where somebody's maybe insulin resistant or is dealing with type 2 diabetes. We have this same cell here and the same glucose you ate throughout the day. The difference here is prior to this, you had been eating like a complete shithead for the last 10 or 15 years, which now means that you're dealing with diabetes or insulin resistance. We take this same glucose. The problem is that the pancreas doesn't have the ability to produce enough insulin to take care of all this, which means some gets left behind. The stuff that goes in gets utilized as a form of energy. The stuff that gets left behind gets sent to the liver. The liver is going to package it as fat, and it's going to be deposited. What this means is, yes, overarchingly, you got to consume less calories than you're taking in. But it also means that metabolic dysfunction, genetics, things of that nature can ultimately reflect how many calories you're actually able to utilize. Luckily for us, it's 2024 and we can pull blood tests that let us know if somebody is dealing with a metabolic dysfunction and how to deal with it.